Good morning. We got our helpers today. So it is Sunday morning. I do not like coming to work on Sunday mornings because that means I'm not at church. But we've got to get stuff planted. And everyone else, literally everyone else, has been able to take advantage of the Facebook Live church for the past year while I've been running it. And so I found somebody to start it for me today. I'm going to watch church from the tractor cab. I'll be okay. So we've got to get stuff loaded up. We've got 4 fields to plant today. And home stretch on the corn, at least here for Waldron. So we're going to get stuff ready for the first one. I got to figure out what variety, how much fertilizer we need. We'll get it loaded up. I've got some helpers today because it's too much to take them to church by yourself. So Mom's going to church and they're with me. And we'll get her going today. Okay, we are loaded up here. We don't have very much. We've only got enough fertilizer for 36 acres, and I don't even know if we have enough seed for that. We're gonna go do this first field, and then, so I used up the rest of the seed that I was planting last night. I should have just put it all in yesterday, but it's not really what's supposed to go in this field. I'm just way off from what my projections and plan was, but it's all right. So we're gonna go plant it out. I've got 4 open bags that I have taken out of the planter once already, sitting on the platform up there. So we'll throw those in when we're done and see how far we get. And then we're gonna come back here and load up to do quite a bit. We'll have, let's see, 720, about 90 acres plus whatever we don't finish in this field on the next fill. So we'll have quite a bit there. And then we'll see. Dad's working ground for me, getting the next field ready to go, and Phil's gonna load up and go plant some beans. He's being a little bit more picky on soil conditions than I am, trying to let stuff dry out a little bit more, which is not a bad thing, but he's not finding anywhere to go and plant, and we gotta go. It's time to go. It's something of May, 16th, something like that. Okay. We are got the ends planted here, and you can see this is another one of them fields where we've got that super black fluffy muck dirt, and you can see how quickly it changes once we just climb up the hill here. So Dad, in fact, didn't even run the field cultivator all the way across it because he was worried about it pushing and being so light and fluffy and dusty that he couldn't see anything. And so he said, we'll just plant it and we'll kill the weeds off with this spray and it'll be fine. And he's right. So this is an interesting field because it's really, you know, where this color difference is, they're 2 separate fields almost. You got to treat them completely different. So
when I do this, it kind of turns the tractor like towards like the way.
Oh, these two.
When I turn like this.
All right. Well, Dad duty called, didn't it, Brayson?
Poop.
Got a different shirt. We had to change diapers in the field. That was a bad one. When are you gonna learn how to use a potty?
For 100 years.
100 years, probably. It seems like it. That's okay. Mommy asked us not to get the diaper bag dirty. I'm sorry, honey. It's probably dirty because we had to change a diaper in the field, but oh well. I don't know if it shows real well or you guys can see it, but if you look right in front of that fertilizer opener, you can see how soft this dirt is and how it flows out of the way. It's crazy. All right, well, we're getting across here. My low take warning light come on with 9 acres, so we are not going to get this done. We'll be close. Church time. Well, the first variety is out. We'll dump these 4 bags in and plant those out. All right, so those 4 bags, roughly 4 bags. It's hard to say exactly how much was in there. Should plant about 10 acres though, and we've got between 16 and 17 left in this field, so we're not going to get it done. It's okay. We will plant it out, and then we're going to go back. We'll fill up with the seed and fertilizer that's going to the next field. It's back this way. We're close to the farm. The farm's right over there, so we'll just swing back in, finish it, and then go to the next one. I came over to the next field that I was hoping to plant today. I can't plant this. It's too much. It's too muddy, and it's weird because down there in that hole, it's fine. But you come up here on this hill, or this little bit of a draw between on the way down the slope, and it's just goo. So I'm quite disappointed in this, but we've got to wait. We've got to wait. Fortunately, I've got all the full season stuff, except for the corn down to Berkey planted. So this is early corn going here. If it needs a couple of days, it's not the end of the world. The neighbor did do some tillage over there, looks like, maybe yesterday. I don't see anybody out there today, but shoot. So Dad's working up another 20-acre piece, or he should have that done by now, that I probably can go there. The other fields that he was going to field cultivate are just a mile north here, so I was going to go look at those real quick and see. This farm here is really rolling. It's not tiled. It's a wetter farm. This is always one of our last ones, so maybe those other ones up here aren't so bad, but those are going to beans. All right, well, plans and attitudes are changing rapidly around here, for the positive mostly. So that field we looked at was too wet. Dad did do some of the tillage in one of the fields up there, the corn stalks, but he didn't do the other one because he thought it was a little bit on the wet side, which means we're going to be patient there. The other field, the 30 acres that I had today, that's in the opposite direction, that needs to go to corn and is also that oats and radish cover crop situation, is also a little on the wet side. So we can't go there, which means we have about 22 acres to plant yet. So that's not very much, which would make me rather upset. However, looking at the weather forecast, it's getting much better. Like, there's no rain now until Friday or Saturday. So we can be a little bit patient here and let things dry out. So Phil's still planting beans. Dad is going to switch and put the disc back on the big tractor and head to Berkey. And we're going to plant our 20 acres or whatever we've got to do here. And then we're going to get stuff ready to move to Berkey. And so we're not going to have a big day acres wise, but we're going to get stuff moved around, and that's a good thing. Okay, we're loaded up. Dad's got the disc. He's getting ready to head out. I imagine he's going to fuel up before he goes. We've got 20-ish acres to plant. We're going to go finish the 3 or 4 that are in the field that we, ooh. I got to go down to my seed warehouse and grab a bag of corn. That's what we're going to do first and take it with us, just so we don't run out. And then we're going to go finish that little field that we were in, plant another 18. This will go quick. Maddie came and got the boys, so they're home with her. Back, and literally we've got 1 round to do in there, is all in this field, so this will just take us a few minutes. The neighbor's working over there. I don't know if you guys can quite see them through the dust, but they're fitting ground. In the brief driving around that I did looking at fields, pretty much everybody's working everywhere at the moment, so it's go time in here, around here. Okay, this is the field we've got. There's 18 acres here. I think he wants to race. We should have enough seed in the seed tanks, but I did throw some half-empty plot bags, half a dozen of them or so on there, so we've got seed to finish if we do happen to run a little bit short. Can you guys believe that we're almost done planting, and this is only my 2nd box of chicken crackers? I mean, to be fair, it's only day 6 in the corn planter. Like, we have flown through this, and they've been spaced out 2 days at a time. They're good. This is one of the fields that by the time you get the end rows done, you got dang near half the field done already. We're up to over 7, almost 8 acres, and there's only 10 and a half left to go. And we're just finishing the end rows here. We're down to 2 acres to go here, and I got a row not planting. We're also dang near out of fertilizer. Look at that. right down there in the bottom of that tank. There's just a touch on the front yet. Let's see, 2 acres, I need like 25 gallons. So I probably got that. That's good. We want everything to be empty when we go to Berkey so that we're light. All right, we got that one done. I did run out of fertilizer on the last pass. Monitors. That one fertilizer monitor doesn't like it when you shut the tractor off. Anyway, no big deal. So the reason I want this to be empty and light when we go to Berkey is because it's a lot of road time. Road time, high speed, it's hard on tires, everything wears. So if you're heavy, you go slow. You know, when I'm pulling that tank to the field and it's loaded, I don't go over 12, 15 miles an hour. So having no seed, no fertilizer on it means we can cruise 31 mile an hour, get down there a little bit faster. I need to fuel that up. Phil decided to leave his tractor parked in front of the fuel pump, so we're just gonna let that sit for now. We'll get it in a minute. I need to get the semi truck, the tender trailer, and load that up with a load of fertilizer. It's gonna take 2 trips to get enough fertilizer down there for everything, so we're gonna take one down there. Dad already left with the tractor, the 9R and the disc, so once I get the tender loaded up, then we're gonna take that to Berkey. We have our pickup, one of our pickups down there, so Dad and I will come back together, and then I can take the planter down, he can take a truck back down, and we'll keep getting stuff moved and done. And I don't know if we'll plant down there today or not. We'll have to look at it and see how it looks. But we do have some sunshine today, which is nice after yesterday. Okay, so we need about 4,200 gallons total of fertilizer down there to Berkey. I cannot haul it all on this truck. We've got a 1,600 gallon tank and a 2,000 gallon tank. So we're gonna put 1,250 in each of these, and then we'll make another trip. We'll need another 1,250 plus 600 or whatever it works out to be. So I'm gonna mix everything up. We're mixing as we load on there. So I'm putting my zinc in here to get that mixed in. Probably gonna run out of zinc on this trip. So the last stuff that we plant isn't gonna get any, and it'll be a good test for us. I knew I wasn't gonna have quite enough. I've been trying to cut back just a little bit and ration it to stretch it, but it is what it is. I do have a whole nother shuttle of the boron though, so we'll get these both drained. I'll probably have to screw around with getting that other shuttle out and all that fun stuff. Okay, I got both of those shuttles empty and cleaned out. I had just the right amount of boron for this load, and I had enough zinc and another maybe 10 gallons or so. I just put it into my mix tank. We'll leave it there until we're ready to fill this again. So I can get both of those out of there. I can get my other boron out so that we've got enough to finish. Like I said, I don't have any more zinc, but it's all right. Okay, got some stuff moved around. We got our new shuttle of boron out here. We will not need all of this. I had bought extra with the intent of doing some foliar applications on some crops, and so we're gonna save it for that. But I'm gonna get it all set up and ready in case I'm not the one loading the next time. Fueled up, ready to go. Loaded up, ready to go. Taking that one to Berkey. Okay, I made it. We're gonna drive over to the field where Dad's working and see how he's coming. It looks dry here, but there's not a lot of people out working. I did see one neighbor around the corner over there was filling up a planter, but there's not a lot of activity in the neighborhood here. Dad's doing like major skip pass stuff here. Interesting. Looks like he's got a little ways to go, but he's making progress here. This is where we get a little urban, or suburban, I guess, right next to the housing development. Just walking out to see how good of a job he's doing. It looks good. This dirt is nice and soft, and it's making a nice seed bed. This will plant really well, so it looks good. This is our sandy farm down here. This one happens to have a little bit more sand on it than all the rest. The rest are more heavy old lake bed soils, but it's a sand ridge here. So anyway, when he gets back here, I'm gonna talk to him. We'll make a plan. You can see the before and after line here. We get these clumps of root balls and just stuff's not real smooth. This would be hard to plant through. So hitting it with that disc levels everything up, makes it nice and soft. Spot here is just a little on the wet side, but there's no cornstalk residue, which means it's the spot that drowned it out last year. Okay, well, we made it back. We're at Waldron. So Dad's gonna take his truck and the seed tender down. I'm gonna jump in the planter and go. I don't know if we're gonna plant anything tonight, but we're gonna get everything down there, get it all loaded up and ready to go, I think. Okay, Dad's on his way with the seed tender. Before I jump in the planter, I need to I have seed to put a plot, corn plot, and a bean plot actually, I think. Anyway, I have seed to put a plot down to Berkey, and if I have time, I'm going to do so. The question is whether or not I will have time. It's starting to look like we will, but I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I'm gonna get the seed around, get it put in the back of a truck so that it's ready to go. Plus, they're coming tomorrow to pour concrete, basement and garage floors at my house, I'm pretty sure. And it's highly unlikely that I'm going to be around. So I want to come down here and take some pictures of all of the radiant heat runs and everything, so I know where they're at and just have that information. And I'm probably going to memorialize it in a YouTube video so I can always go back and find it. So let's do that quick. Okay. Look at all the radiant floor heat runs. Memorize their location. They did a pretty good job of trying to keep them from running directly where the walls go. Some of it was unavoidable, like through here. But the center wall there doesn't have any runs crossing it. The wall right here doesn't have any runs crossing it. The stairs over there, that one they had to, because they had to get the runs across somehow. So but for the most part they tried to not. Okay, and there we go. That's all of the stuff that I could potentially need for a plot. So I actually have new full bags. There's 10 corn, 10 soybeans. I also threw in the open bags from the plot we did the other day, of the same varieties as those, because where I'm thinking about putting a plot, they're 1/4 mile long rows, and I don't know if there would be enough seed in one of them bags. So, but with both of those, should be plenty. I'm just gonna leave that in the back of my old truck there. We'll take that to Berkey in the morning. And yeah, so back to the farm. Let's head east. There's Phil just finishing up another field. We made it. Okay, it's about 7 o'clock. I don't know if we're gonna plant anything tonight or not. Dad's back over finishing disking where we picked him up from earlier. We are gonna get the planter loaded up though and ready to go. So we're gonna start with this field out here. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna find a shovel and go out there and look and make sure this field's dry enough. I'm pretty confident it will be, but we're just gonna make sure. But the plan is to load the planter up, and that field out there we're gonna need 1,100 and some odd gallons of starter. So I put 1,250 in each one of these tanks. We're gonna load one whole tank up, and the seed that we need is in the barn here. Phil brought it down the other day, so we gotta switch that around on the tender, get the right seed on there, and get that loaded into the planter too. And I'm pretty sure we're just gonna split the whole box because we're gonna use it all down here anyway. So we'll put the whole box in and plant it where it gets planted. All right, well, the top is quite crusty and hard, and it's not bad. But then you get down a little deeper and it gets just a little bit gooier, but that's down four inches there. 3 inches. So I mean, we're gonna plant it. It's fine. It's maybe not perfect ideal conditions, but it's also the 16th of May, so I think the crust will actually hold us up pretty well, and we'll plant right into some moisture, and I think it will go quite well. So let's get loaded. This forklift is handy and nice to have here, but it is not as user-friendly as the two I've got back up to Waldron. She's a little cumbersome. I said last year when we were down here that it's a beast. And Rylan, every time he watches or says something or sees this video, he's like, that forklift down to Berkey, it's a beast. I think it's hilarious. Don't hit my wires. They're just guide cables for the leg, not power, but still. I don't think this one has quite as tall of a discharge spout. It's just a little bit harder to hit my tanks. Getting in the right spot, but it's okay. I'm not complaining. Okay, the planter is loaded. I got the tender inside. I even switched the boxes. So the 2 boxes that are on there are full, and the rest of the seed that we'll need down here, there's my empty. Phil's got all of our beans down here, and then that 1 box is for a customer of mine that picks it up from here that hasn't come and gotten theirs yet. So I'm going to call Dad, see how long he's going to be. If it's going to be more than a half an hour, we'll do some endros. Okay, he said he was going to be about a half hour yet, maybe a little more. So we're going to go ahead and open up this field. Just do some endros most likely, maybe a couple rounds. We'll see how it goes. Well, maybe I'm not going to plant tonight. I don't know what this means, but I can't get my computer to boot up, or the controller. Ah, crap. I think that's my controller loading. I figured something out. So I think what happened when I started this up and came down here, and I don't know why this happened, but this display never fully booted up. And when this one doesn't sense that one, it thinks, hey, I got to be the only display in here. And so it tries to load the planter on here. Dang it. And it did that. But then after I shut it off when I got here and I restarted, it sensed this display again, and it's not transferring back. Crap. I do not know what's going on here. I don't know what to do. But Dad's back. So I might have to have a dealer come in the morning. Alright, well, we're heading back to Waldron. I've got a few ideas to try in the morning, but I'm going to text the dealer tonight and let him know I need help. Alright, well, I'm headed home. I did a little paperwork because taxes are due tomorrow. Make sure you send yours in. Nothing like waiting until the last second, right? Oh well. I'm a little concerned about this planter computer problem, and I know I'm gonna get it about, you know, old planters don't have that problem, and you're right, they don't. And markers don't go down except for when they hit trees or rocks and whatever. GPS receivers don't do that. I get it. But a monitor, and this is just the basic monitor, it's not even anything on the fancy side of it, is pretty critical to doing a good job with planting. So hopefully it's fairly simple. I've got a couple ideas of things we can do to try and fix it so that we can keep planting. I'm going to take a different 2630 and swap it out because I read somewhere online somebody else had this problem and that fixed theirs, and I have a hard time believing it, but maybe. I also am going to take a couple of USB sticks and export all the data off of it, clear the display, reload everything, see if that does anything, and then we'll call the dealer and see if they have any ideas too. So yeah, as long as we can get it fixed and everything's working, we'll have a big day tomorrow because we got a lot of acres to plant down there, and we can cover a lot of ground in a hurry. Brock will be here in the morning. He's going to help us get some more stuff moved down there and whatever else we need to do. I assume they're going to pour concrete tomorrow. I'm not going to be around for it, but we'll check it out when we get back. If it's not too, it'll be dark. We'll check it out Tuesday, I guess, and we'll see how everything else is going. So, oh yeah, and assuming we get the planter working and I'm in the tractor, Berkey is a great place for me to do live streams because it's Toledo and they have cell phone service. And not only that, now we have 5G, so I should have great cell phone service. So I'm going to try really hard to do a live stream tomorrow afternoon, evening, sort of depends on where we're at with stuff. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll see how things are going. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow.